Hey there everybody, it's me, Jimmy Hoppa from Import Gaming for the win, and this is part 2 of a series of pickups videos that cover all the gaming related things I got in January, February, and March of 2020. Part 1 covered all the games and game books and game accessories I picked up, and this one's going to talk about gaming memorabilia. So figures, clothes, music CDs, etc, etc. If you haven't seen part 1, I mean, check it out if you're interested. And for this video, at the very end, I'm going to include a little segment of an unboxing I did a little while back. I got a gift from a friend of the show and a friend of mine personally, Johnny Millennium, the happy console gamer. So, I don't know, that should be fun, right? Anyways, I'm just going to start this off. The first thing I want to talk about is something that's very special if you're a fan of the Goemon series or Working Designs. And that is this little plush right here. Let me see if I can get it full frame. And so this plush here was given out, I think in 2000 at E3 at the Working Designs booth. And it's obviously of Goemon, of Mystical Ninja Ganbare Goemon fame. And Working Designs acquired the rights to the PlayStation 2 game. And unfortunately those plans fell through. Some people say that Sony denied the publishing rights because the graphics sucked. Something like that. There's a story that goes around. But yeah, here's a little... kind of shows the authenticity of it. But yeah, this is a very hard to find wacky Goemon. It's a very hard to find plush, as you can imagine, and I found it here in Japan, and you know, it wasn't cheap, but it was I thought the price wasn't so bad. It's going up in price crazy, but it didn't cost me anything more than anything else I've bought in the Goemon series. So that's very, very nice plush. Happy to have this, and for anybody who's a big fan of Ganbare Goemon especially, this is a unique item to hold. I'll put them right down over there. Next thing is the Lord and Savior of the Sega Saturn International Stud, Segata Sanshiro, or Sanshiro Segata as it said here, figurine. Forever hero, he became legend. He definitely has became legend. So, of course, Segata Sanshiro, the mascot of the Saturn, using a lot of commercials. I can't remember his name right now, but the original Kamen Rider. Take a look at this figure here, and it's a cool figure, but I gotta say, I want to bump into my camera, they don't really do him justice with this figurine. He kind of looks like a guy who should be giving you your mail. But either way, I mean, it comes with a cool base, and it's pretty detailed. Here's kind of what the base would look like. It's hard to see from the bubble packaging. But yeah, there you go. Here's some profile here of all his specialties. But I just wanted to highlight this English here real quick. Segata Sanshiro is an authority of justice who guides young men to Sega Saturn Do. Hell yeah. He hates to do things by halves. In pursuit of Sega Saturn Do, he practices asceticism and keeps challenging various things day and night. Very Google Translate sounding English there. But yeah, Segata Sanshiro action figure. Just something to add to the collection of Segata stuff that I have. Alright, next thing it'll be... I'll take these out here. 3 little action figures or figurines. Kind of hard to tell what they are from here. These are brand new, but I do have open figures, and those are Final Fantasy Tactics little blind box figurines. And so I found these ones new for a couple bucks each. I don't know, maybe I'll sell them, maybe I'll trade them, maybe I'll give them away. But these actually are blind box figurines that I bought. Oh man, it must have been in 2007. So I've had these for a very long time. My first move to Japan, I picked these up at a Toys R Us. But you got Agrias, you got Delita, and you got Ramza. But yeah, very cool to have. I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy Tactics. I think it's one of those Squaresoft games that are really underrated. And I wish they would have gone back and done something else with that series, but it never came to be. Hey, just interrupting my own video to make kind of a correction. You may have noticed when I showed Delita here, actually, the figure I should have been showing was Ovelia, because I didn't get a new Delita, but so here she is. Sorry about that. Back to the video. Next is another little figurine, one of those blind box figurines, and this is a Shadow of the Colossus, or oh, almost dropped it there, or was it Wanda Tokyozo or something like that? Little blind box figurine. This is the first Colossus that you fight in the game, and I have a few of these figurines now. And this is kind of the one I wanted the most. It's probably the most iconic of the Colossi. But if you look here, you gotta love the detail. So here's where you climb up, but on the back, there's a little Wanda stabbing him in the back, climbing up his fur, I don't know, his fur mantle, whatever you would call it. But yeah, very cool little figurine.
Very cool.
Next, here's a music CD, the Chrono Trigger original soundtrack, and of course this is for one of the the greatest games ever made, in my opinion. Definitely one of the greatest RPGs. That's kind of hard to argue. This is actually the PlayStation 1 edition soundtrack. I don't think it has all the music because the original soundtrack that I have, I think, is 3 discs. So this just might be kind of music that were kind of remastered or remade for the PlayStation. But very, very great soundtrack. That's another thing it's hard to deny, that Chrono Trigger had one of the greatest soundtracks. Yeah, so that's way too few tracks for it to be complete. But I think the PlayStation 1 has slightly clearer, nicer music. I'm not sure. So with this though, I have 2 of the Chrono Trigger soundtracks. I just need to find the DS one. But that is an excellent soundtrack. And sticking with the Chrono theme, here is a Chrono Trigger special edition original video from V-Jump. And this is a promo video that I assume was sent out. I don't think it was for sale. It doesn't say anything here. But yeah, to get people excited about the game's release. And I've been collecting a lot of Japanese VHS gaming kind of releases. And this one's pretty cool. It has a lot of like voice clips and from some of the creators, the Dream Team as it was. And a lot of cool footage. And if I was a kid and I watched this video, I would have been super excited for Chrono Trigger. And I do have I was planning on doing a second channel, and I'll upload the video to that someday. But I'm sure somebody's already put this on YouTube or some weird Russian streaming website. But yeah, Chrono Trigger special promo VHS tape. I guess I'll just grab this here. It's a Moogle, and it's a coin bank, a little vinyl character coin bank. I don't save money, so I'm not going to be using it for that, but I thought it was cute, and it's going to go straight to the shelf. Here's something that's maybe a little bit too big for me to fit in the frame, but this is Konami New Game, and as you see, there's Ganbare Goemon 2, some Twinbee, some Ninja Turtles, but this is like a little promotional pamphlet, more than just a pamphlet. It's I think they gave this away at a Nintendo kind of trade show. I'm not sure completely, but obviously I bought this as a big fan of Konami and Ganbare Goemon. But one thing that I loved was some of the art in here, which is art that you rarely see with Ganbare Goemon. And I think in some of the guides for Ganbare Goemon 2, you can see this art, but I don't believe it's in any of the manuals or the more common media. But yeah, just very big, very colorful. There's Twinbee, Rainbow Bell Adventure, pretty fun game. The Mutant Warriors, the fighting game, Turtles game, the whole fighting game craze of the 90s, Lethal Enforcers, NFL football, alright, and some kind of a Mahjong game, and Tiny Toons. But yeah, just really cool. I just love having this kind of physical, I won't say physical media, but just a physical piece of gaming history. I'll put that right over there. The next thing is also pretty big, and hopefully it'll fit in the frame. But this is, there you go, just got it right in there. Namco Gal's Island. And this is a Laserdisc. You can see over there. Laserdisc, and it features, well, I can pull it out of here real quick. Take a look back actually. All these different games, and it's all about the heroines of these famous Namco properties. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Namco, but let me take this off real quick. It's pretty loud. Alright, sorry if that killed your ears. And I'll take off this little obi, this little spine card-ish thing. And I just slide it over here. Well, you see Wonder Momo, Valkyrie, Ordine Chick, and Alice from Martin Maze. But this is just, it's very basic. It just talks about the games and the heroines from the games. I actually have the VHS of this Laserdisc release, and it's about 30 minutes long. Let me see if it says it in here. I guess not. But 30 minutes long, and like I mentioned that other channel, maybe I'll upload. Whenever I get down to making that second channel, I'll upload this in full on that channel. And yeah, it's very basic and just kind of cool. I just love having Laserdiscs, and anything with Valkyrie on it, I'm a sucker for. The next thing is a Getsu Fuumaden shitachiki, or pencil board. And this is just a very old 1987 pencil board featuring what is my favorite Famicom, Japan Famicom exclusive game. And you know that if you are a regular viewer of this channel or you've been around for a while, because I did a video. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, there's a little damage over here on the bottom, but whatever, it's pretty cool. Getsu Fuumaden goods are hard to come by, so anything I find like this, I definitely try to pick it up as soon as possible. And basically pencil boards, if you don't know what they are, you basically put a paper over this and you'd write like answers to like I don't know, some sort of like quiz book. And what that would do is it would prevent the pencil markings from pressing onto the other pages, and it keeps your book nice and clean. So that's what a pencil board is. Alright, the next thing is a t-shirt. And this is Mushihimesama. And I got this in Akihabara in February when my friend Avalanche Jared and his wife Josine and his friends came by to Tokyo, and we hung out for a few days. And we saw this in an indoor shop in Akihabara, and kind of as a joke I said, dude, we gotta get like matching shirts for these. And he was like, yeah, hell yeah, because we're both big fans of the series. There's a Deco. And yeah, we had these, and you know, just as two totally manly, hyper testosterone infused individuals, we were wearing this in Tokyo, and I'm sure I'll show a picture here or something like that. But yeah, very very cool to have this, and now me and Jared have something to bond us together more than our love. All right, and you know, speaking of him being in Tokyo and me being in Tokyo, we went to the Final Fantasy VII Cafe. So next thing, some of these will be from the cafe, some of these won't. But yeah, a lot of Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake goods. This is a stamp set that was a Square Enix Cafe exclusive. And what this has is, here's I guess what it would look like. These are the stamps themselves. But Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, Sephiroth, Reno, and Rude with their kind of quotes from the game that are, I guess, popular or memorable. I like how Rude is just not saying anything. But yeah, it's this little stamp set. I thought maybe I'd use this in my work in the office, but who knows? Maybe I'll just keep it on the shelf forever. Like a good collector would. These are the Square Enix Cafe. With every drink you get a coaster. Here are the sleeves. I only ordered 2 drinks, but I was lucky enough that Jared's wife Josine allowed me to take home 4. Tifa, Cloud, Barrett, so Team Avalanche. These are my favorite characters in the game anyway. This is my team. And Sephiroth. So every little anime fangirl's dream. So those are pretty cool. Let's see, I also bought these at the cafe. This is the these are Tifa Lockhart remake style stickers. One to use and one to keep imprisoned forever and on display or in a binder. Because that's pretty sad. But yeah, cool to have these. Also some patches. So here's a Tifa 7 Heaven Bar patch. I don't have anything cool to put this on, so I'll probably just hold on to it for now. And of course, the Shinda patch. That is iconic design of Final Fantasy VII. So pretty cool. Well, if I ever join some sort of boy gang and I have a cool vest, now I have some dorky patches to put on. Another thing I got from that cafe, 1 second please. Pull it out of this plastic as well. So I didn't pick up this frame, but when you go to the Final Fantasy or the Square Enix Cafe, you also get a placemat, and the placemat I got this time was of Aerith. So it's very nice. You see there's some creases here, unfortunately, because I had to carry it around Tokyo all day, so it was bound to get creased up. But yeah, very nice to have. There's a Tifa one that I would love to get too, but I already had this frame from the last time I last time I went to Square Enix Cafe for Octopath Traveler. I talked about it in an old pickups video, so if you have a lot of free time to kill, maybe check that video out too. But yeah, Square Enix Cafe framed placemat. Here's some just regular Final Fantasy VII crap that I picked up over the past few months. Got this figurine. This is one of the original Final Fantasy VII release lines. The Extra Knights, which I love that. If I ever do a podcast, I'm going to call it the Extra Knights podcast. But this is, of course, Vincent Valentine. It's a little it's a little ratty. But I just love these figurines. When I was in junior high school, I bought an Aerith one and a Tifa one, and I had them on my walls before I even had the game. And I was mesmerized by how detailed these were. But I guess by today's standards, they're not that great. But iconic design, iconic box, and yeah, this is like I paid like $3 for this, so the bad condition is like whatever. There's been Final Fantasy VII Ichiban Kuji, which are these kind of like lottery type of deals that convenience stores and some electronics and toy stores have for Final Fantasy VII goods. E would probably be like the last rank, maybe. And these are just little glass drinking glasses featuring Final Fantasy VII images. I haven't opened these up yet. Fortunately, I couldn't do the actual Kuji itself, the lottery itself, because in my area, I think a store bought up all of them, which I'll talk about where I bought these at. And they just bought up all of them and sold them at their store. So, fortunately, I didn't see any at like 7-Eleven where these were being sold. I do have an extra glass, and that's the Tifa design there. So I'll use this to drink, and I'll just keep these hidden away where no one can touch them. The next things too, the same Kuji thing. These are the D rank ones, so also pretty low on the list. Little pin badges. So here's Shinra, Electric Company, and here are Tifa's gloves. And here are the other designs for that. Those are pretty much the only ones I really wanted, but these ones are so cheap. Like these and those glasses, they're like $2-3 because these are like the loser tickets, consolation prizes. The next thing I got this at the cafe. I forgot all about it. It's one of these acrylic standees, of course with Tifa Lockhart. You take her out, put her stand her here, put all these little extra things. These are kind of real popular these days. In the past few years, these acrylic standees have kind of replaced figurines as a kind of cheap, and I say that with quotes, cheap way of getting figures out there. I don't know, I don't really like them too much. I guess they don't take up a lot of space, but they look and they seem very cheap. But they actually charge quite a bit for these, like $10 plus. Some of these I've seen go for like $20-something. Not for this Tifa one, but certain series and certain companies are charging way too much for these things. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's Tifa. I'm a big fan. And I guess the last Final Fantasy VII thing I got was this old 1997, I think 97, notebook. It's just a very plain, boring, lined notebook for Final Fantasy VII, and there was just so much cool stuff being released for Final Fantasy VII back then. Just plain old stuff. Like I have a pencil case from this thing as well, candies and figurines, and it just really takes me back to 97 when I was living in Hawaii, and it had so many stores that would import stuff. Some of it wasn't licensed, wasn't official merchandise, but I just love collecting stuff like this because it, as you get older, you kind of want to embrace the past a little bit more. That's just naturally how it goes. Next thing I got them in a little bag here. Bought them as a set. These are some Sega pins, and I think these were from Sega Fest 2019. So little can badges. I'll open it up real quick. I got a lot of duplicates, and I thought before this I kind of sorted them out a little bit, but I guess not. I put them back. So Sonic Adventure. I have no idea what this is. I have no clue. Maybe this is from Cosmic Smash? Who knows? Sakura Tyson 3. Another Sonic Adventure. I think I have 3 of those. Virtua Fighter 3. Shenmue. Guru Guru Onsen, which I've never played, but I always see it for sale. Another Sonic. The Dreamcast itself. Look at that gorgeous console. Rez. And another Rez. I'll just take that out. Sega Gaga. Crazy Taxi. 2 Jet Set radios, upside down over here. Love that graffiti art. Ouch. Another Sega Gaga. Room Mania 2 or 3. And Eternal Arcadia. So I actually got, I think, all of those for $15, and not bad. I think they were just promotional items at, like I said, I think Sega Fest 2019. Maybe I'll look it up and double check my source. But more Sega things, and I think you'll get a kick out of this. This is the Bare Knuckle soundtrack. Barely see Bear. Of course, Yuzo Koshiro And take a look at this. Ah! So if you've seen any sort of like CDs or music from Yuzo Koshiro, you can tell he really likes his glamour shots. Bam! I remember seeing the ActRaiser soundtrack for the first time, and that was probably the first time I saw what Yuzo Koshiro looked like. I was like, man, this guy thinks he's a model. And there you go, here's his face. He's the Yuichi Sakamoto video game soundtracks. But yeah, he reminds me of a certain modder in this gaming sphere. Points to, if you can guess who it is. Likes to put his image on things. This would be a Tail Concerto clear file, just something for you to put your papers into. And I think this was 2000 something or another. Recently, Tail Concerto and Solo Torobo have kind of had like a revival of merchandise in the past few years. So like even the soundtrack got re-released or finally released for this. But a very cute, kind of looks like new original art. Not sure if Nobuteru Yuki drew that or not. But more of that. Speaking of that revival, these are these rubber stamps with little waffle here in red for both Tail Concerto and Solo Torobo. And I always talk about it's one of my favorite series. This is the first Tail Concerto was the first video I ever put on this channel, first video I ever made, I guess. And it's just a wonderful, lovely series. And these stupid rubber stamp things, talking about those acrylic stands, it kind of died down, but for a long time it was like Pogs. Everything was about these rubber straps. And you'd go to stores like Book Off, and they'd have entire aisles dedicated to collectible and trading rubber straps like this. And it's, like I said, it's died down quite a bit, but it was kind of annoying. And people were paying tens, hundreds of dollars for straps based on rarity. And the last thing for Tail Concerto is a little pencil case featuring all the characters from the game, at least all the main characters. And this was something that wasn't for sale, I believe, and I think it might have been a pre-order bonus, perhaps a link to some sort of store. But yeah, very simple case. Tail Concerto's things I'm always on the lookout for, and I have a nice sizable collection now. Maybe I'll do a video on it someday. The next thing I'll talk about here, some stickers from B-Side Label. Capcom does a lot of B-Side Label stickers as well. This is Trish from Devil May Cry. This is Sheva and Chris Redfield, the Boulder Punching Brute, Resident Evil 5, Biohazard 5. And this one I don't have here because I'm using it on my schedule and my planner for 2020. It's been a wonderful year so far, huh? But yeah, this is from Biohazard 1. And I would have gotten Biohazard 2 and 4 and all that, but those ones were sold out when I went out. They're easy enough to find though. I might pick up more. Next things, I'll have to bust out some binders. Here's one of my binders that has a lot of card stuff in it. So I got a few kind of collectible trading cards. Not these Goemon ones. I have to be careful, it's kind of hard to manage. But here's something that I got. So these are, as you can see, trading cards. I actually had the Goemon one already. But these are Konami characters and Capcom characters, video game characters, made by Kellogg's. So I guess these probably came in Kellogg's cereal. I wouldn't say maybe they're boxes. A lot of the times they sell them in bags now. But just kind of promo items for video game characters. You saw like over there, so Pro Yaku Spirits and Mr. Driller. So some Namco, Capcom, Konami, kind of the big three of publishing. I'm not sure if there are any other companies that did it. But of course I wanted them for the Goemon characters. I already had a Bisumaru and Goemon, but I found a cheap listing online for more. And actually, I have more trading card stuff that I got this time around. Oh, there you go. So these Chrono Trigger cards, these little shiny ones here, it's kind of hard to see. But these were, I believe, pre-order bonuses for the original Super Famicom release of Chrono Trigger. And there's been an explosion of these recently online, at least here in Japan, on auctions and stuff. They came in this little plastic, what would you call it? Foil card sleeve. And there's Luca over there. But yeah, I don't know, there must have been a lot of recently discovered dead stock or whatever, because they've been everywhere now. So I thought those were pretty cool. What else did I get? Cards. Nothing here. Oh yeah, and some Chrono Trigger or Chrono Cross collectible card game stuff. Got a few of these. These 2 cards here I picked up. I have doubles of this now. But yeah, those are some cards. Some useless crap that I collect, but I don't know. It's kind of makes me happy to have. More stuff that I got here. These are more useless crap that I collect. Telephone cards, and the telephone cards I got from this around. Some Final Fantasy VII telephone cards. I actually just got these the other day, so maybe I'll talk about them in the next video I do. But these Eternal Arcadia, also known as Skies of Arcadia phone cards, and these were what are these from? Maybe the Dreamcast magazine and Famitsu. But just promotional, like kind of mail-in items. I think you have to win them. And I got this gold Castlevania Symphony of the Night phone card as well. It's a little shiny. So I like collecting phone cards. It's kind of a lost thing because most people don't use public phones anymore. Everybody has a cell phone. And also some postcards. And there's some postcards I got from DJ, but Saramaru. But some Suikoden 2. Gensou Suikoden 2 postcards. So I thought this one was pretty cute with the little kobolds. But yeah, wonderful art. Probably my favorite game of all time. Gensou Suikoden 2. And I think that's everything I got. So this is my binder of useless crap that I collect. So maybe one day I'll talk about these in a little bit of detail. Useless crap I collect in the video. It's pretty much every video I do. Last few things I'll talk about. These are Seaman figurines. And I think these were pre-order bonuses with the PlayStation 2 release. So I actually already have this, but mine are still brand new and sealed. I bought these because it was a few bucks online, so you'll see why they were a little bit cheaper. But look at the detail on that. The face only a mother could love. And the body a furry could. Or scaly. And it's kind of, here's why it's a little bit cheap, but it's broken. But I could always glue this back on. So, yeah, Goemon and the froggy. It's pretty cute. And it came in these little plastic packages. No big deal. But big fan of Seaman, and I love collecting Seaman. Oh, that doesn't sound right at all. Okay, and the last few things, there'll be some Goemon things. Alright, and just a little small Goemon lapel pin. Pretty cute. Here is a gashapon, kind of like, what do you call them, crank machine figurines. They look really cool on these pictures because they're painted and nice, but the reality is you get these ugly things. This one's Impact, and he hasn't been put together yet. He's still brand new. But I used to hate these things when I was a kid because I was always disappointed. Because they always did this. They had these nice, beautiful colored ones, and when you open it up, usually became with candy, right? Well, at least the ones in the boxes. And you get this, and it's like, oh. I guess I could try to paint it, but I'm a grown ass man. I ain't got time for that. These are some pencils. Ganbare Goemon themed pencils. I guess this is from the N64 era. And actually, I do, sadly, have a pretty extensive collection of Goemon pencils and color pencils. I thought that was pretty cool. I needed it for my collection. Here's another useless thing. A Ganbare Goemon, what do we call the N64 first release phone card. And I don't have that in that binder because I'm going to put it in my display. That's like the 4th Goemon phone card I have, I think. Here's a Ganbare Goemon International version. Actually, Ganbare Goemon Fever International version. This is just like a little one-off manga for the series, which I hadn't owned yet. And another manga, Ganbare Goemon 3 number 1. And I needed this to complete my set. So, that's good. Really nice art here. And I think there's a risque Yai panel here. B as a saw, let me look for that. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh well. So, another thing is this Ganbare Goemon character encyclopedia, which is hardbound. It's pretty cool. Obviously made for children, or, man-children. Yeah, and it's just got a little bit of information on the characters. This came out, I think, right when the first N64 game came out. So it's outdated, if you want to look at it that way. But very cool. Not completely color, but yeah, just something I think for kids to look at. A lot of cool imagery in here. I'll just flip through it so you can take a look. But yeah, a solid collectible for Goemon fans. And the last thing, I think, yeah, this is it, is this little comic bonbon, or bomb manga, and obviously you see this guy over here. I got that for that. And also, I might have something to do with this, maybe for a future video. So maybe keep an eye out for me using this in a video. But this is just a little kids manga comic book kind of serial publication, very thick, kind of small and compact too. These things are surprisingly hard to find, especially for like decent prices. But these had a lot of cool ads and everything for video games. Got Saga Frontier kind of special. That's pretty awesome. So it was very, you know, very intertwined with gaming culture. As you see, there's Rockman and Super Mario manga in here. We'll just flip through here real quick and see what we can find. So some looks like Super Robot War. Here's the Goemon stuff. And it's kind of hard to look through this viewfinder. Here's Rockman. And some Super Robot War stuff. This is every young Japanese kid's dream. There you go. Some Mario Kart. Some Mario Kart manga is kind of something you'd expect to see every day in a serial comic publication. And some other crap that I don't know what it is. So, yeah, that's expect to see this talked about in a future video. I know I always say that, but I promise. Hey, so I'm interrupting my video again because there's something I forgot in this book that I wanted to show everybody. And that is in the very beginning. It's a very interesting preview. Let's see, it's actually quite a bit of interesting things in here. But here you go. So this actually had kind of a preview and a kind of a beginnings look at the Ganbare Goemon N64 game. And that is pretty cool. There's some interesting imagery. I don't know what that is supposed to be, but that is somehow they made Impact look creepier. And then there's this guy over here in a full Goemon suit. So they're talking about the song there with some lyrics and everything. There's also, if you saw for part 1, I talked about this a little bit. Oh my goodness. There's just so much stuff in this magazine. Some Star Wars figures. Should have marked these pages down. I thought I would be able to find them easier. There you go. Some Nanatsukaze no Shima Monogatari preview in this little kids manga. I don't think those kids will be able to beat that game. Anyways, back to the video again. And here's the little unboxing thing that I did for a gift from Johnny Millennium, the Happy Console Gamer. Hey there everybody, it's me, Jimmy Hoppa, and I'm back here with a kind of an unboxing pickups type of video. It's been a while since I did one of these, but today I just had to make a video about this because I got something special in the mail, and no, it was not this beer that was tasty. I got myself this package here, alright, a little bit of a mystery package, and it's from John in Canada. So actually this John is Johnny Millennium, as everybody should know from the Happy Console Gamer. John is a good friend of mine who I met maybe just about a couple years ago, but when I was in Canada for work, he just, you know, didn't really know me that well, but he said, hey, I'll take you around, and we had a great time, and we've had a good friendship since then, and it was an incredible time. He really made my trip worth it. And yeah, so he just I sent him a few things as a thank you a little while back, and just all of a sudden he was like, hey, I want to send you something in the mail, and I got it today. Just came back from the post office after work. I don't know what's in this. Very excited to see what it is. He told me, since he had to declare it for customs, don't look at the the label. So the first thing I did at the post office was I ripped it right off. But yeah, I don't know what it could be. Me and John have pretty similar tastes, so I'm pretty sure whatever it is, I'm gonna love it. Yeah, I don't know. I know he's a great artist, so maybe it's a piece of art, kind of shaped like that. But I don't want to speculate too much. But I would love for that to be it. Real quick, I got this little knife here, my little Jimmy knife. All right, don't laugh. But fitting enough, I bought that when I was in Canada when I met him. So I'm gonna use this to open it up, and we'll take a look and see how it is. Where's that knife part? I'm looking at the camera. All right, let's open this up. I'm very excited to see what this is. Okay, so the thing about John is like lately he's been very sick, and his channel has he hasn't been uploading to his channel recently. So if you don't know about his condition, I mean, I would say if you haven't already, go to his channel and leave him a well wish, because he's been really under the weather for a long time. I know it's very frustrating, but I really appreciate him while he's not feeling so good sending me this package, and if I can get it open. I'm the worst. He's really good at cutting things with his knife. I'm a pacifist. I only use knives to cook. Alright. It's also hard to look through this viewfinder. Alright, let's take a look, see what this is. Oh man! Oh man, I had a feeling this might be one of these. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, let me take a look at this. There's a little note here. You said you love Sparkster. I thought this would be good for adding to the collection. John, well, yeah, definitely. Thank you very much. Sparkstar is Rocket Knight Adventures. This is my favorite Sega Genesis game, and this is a vinyl, a record for the soundtrack, which I love. Oh, look at that! Let me get that full frame, dude. That is so awesome. Side A and B. I was thinking about getting a record player, so this is gonna spark that purchase. Dude, thank you so much. Actually, when I was in Portland last year, this was something I saw, and that was one of the few things I wanted to buy, and I forgot to get it on the last day. So this is perfect, dude. You just read my mind. Thank you so much. I'm gonna definitely pick up a record player and play this incredible thing. I'll just, you know what? Maybe I'll just. Shall we just open it up? Why the hell not? I gotta be careful with the knife this time, so probably do it a little bit off camera. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, I know John's been really into like vinyls for the past couple of years, or maybe longer than that. Make sure I don't cut this. There, I think that was clean. I'm getting better at this. And I know he's, I know it's a hipster thing to do, but I think that records just sound pretty darn amazing. Oh, and there it is. Let me see if there's anything inside of this. Nope. Alright. Well, here it is. Oh, look at that. That's incredible. Alright, this is officially the best record that I own. Oh, man. Oh, it's one of those with the... Oh, dude, I'm so happy. Oh, thank you so much. Take a look at that. Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to listen to this. And there you go. There's that cool Sparkster art. Well, anyway, oh, okay. I wish I could just play it right now so you guys can listen to it, but I gotta go get that record player. Time to head over to the hard off. I'm gonna put this back in the sleeve so I don't damage it. But dude, John, thank you so much for this. This is incredible. This is something I can't get in Japan unless I find it somewhere imported. So funny enough, this is an import for me. Thank you so much again, and again, everybody, if you haven't somehow you live under a rock, you don't know Johnny Millennium, the happy console gamer, one of the best guys on YouTube, best guys just out there. Alright, and that's everything I got for this pickups video. Thank you very much if you watched up until this point. Big thanks to John for the awesome gift. And yeah, I'll see you on the next Import Gaming for the Win episode. And maybe another one of these pickups. So, take it easy, and yeah, stay safe everybody. Take care.